Check. 1 2 1 2. Vader Games in the building. You know what it is. Vader Games TV. I got another episode. This one happens to be 115. One question, 15 minutes. We got a few things to discuss, and StreamYard is messing up with me again. We've got a few things to discuss. Now, big game today. We got a big game versus Brentford. I'm going to discuss that. I'm also going to discuss this real quick. I got to discuss this because I think it's going under the radar. I think it's being ignored. As much as there's a lot of talk with regards to the title race, there's a few things that I want to bring up. And what I do each and every time, each and every show. First things first, my peoples come first. My people, those that are here, those that are no longer here, thought of and always remembered. And I got to show love. Listen, you all show love by being in the comments. You show love by hitting that like button. You show love by sharing and subscribing. Let me shout out the very first person in the building. Got the notifications going. Notify me when. I got to shout out. Sam in the building goes, Vader the Terminator. I like that name. I appreciate that. Liverpool with 450 million transfer window must. This is one of those things that we can't ignore. We can't move away from what happened in the summer, and we can't move away with how this season's progressing. I'm going to go into detail because I think it's important. We didn't touch on this in CIA on Sunday, CIA Intelligent Agendas, but we're going to do this for at least 15 minutes. I'm also going to give you a preview as we discuss the Brentford game, which is key, which is, less than an hour away? We got that game less than an hour. So let me do this real quick. Let me shout out Spartacus in the building. You know what to do. Sam, Bobino, Savino, Masterclass, incoming. Listen, is the lineup out yet? I know I need to start the clock, and I got to discuss the 115. I do have to do that. Let me see if that is up on the app yet. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Good looking out. Spartacus in the building. Twisted in the building. Big up, my man Vader. You know what it is. Good looking out. Spartacus goes, I think we had too many changes for today. All right, let me take a look. Let me take a look real quick. Too many changes. My app isn't giving me the lineup, so now I got to go to Twitter X and see what have City posted. Let's see what's the biz. I will discuss. Trust me, I am going to discuss. Okay, so we got Trafford and net. I'm not mad at that. Lewis, Kosanov, Ake, O'Reilly. Defensively, I think we have too many changes defensively, if I'm going to be real with you. In the midfield now, we got Nico G. We got Reinders. I'm going to assume we got Shirky. And then out on the wing, we're going to go Oscar Bob, Savino, and Mukusa. Wow. Let me look at the bench real quick. The bench, we got Donnarumma. Probably won't touch the pitch. We got Diaz. All right, defensively, if there's concerns there, we got Holland, Bernardo, Gavardio. We got Nunez. We got Foden. We got, who else we got? Let me see this real quick. We got Gray and we've got Fooney. So two academies as well. That's a lot of changes. I'm most concerned with the amount of changes in defense. I'm most concerned with the amount of changes we see in defense. Damn. Twisted goes, surely not ignoring Liverpool is gaslighting Vader. They're same points as United. What? I'm not gaslighting. And I'm going to speak on this, Twisted. Let me put a star in that comment. I'm going to speak on this because it's important. Now, listen, I'm going to start the clock so we get 50 minutes. I'm going to be on point with the conversation that y'all tuned in to catch. All right, you're going to hear me for the 15. Let me bring some information to light, okay? And then we'll continue on with the show. We got an hour before the game kicks in. I don't know if I'm going to be talking for an hour. I don't know if you guys want to talk with me for an hour, but we're going to get this popping. All right, let me keep this clean. Let's go. Let's go!
Vader Games.
All right. Okay. Now, I have to, despite what Twisted said in the comments, I needed a moment to talk about Liverpool. Now, it was mentioned early in the show with the comments with regards to Liverpool spending 450 million in the transfer window in one window. They must, and I agree. You do that after winning the Prem, you must. Now, no one could have imagined, no one could have seen, no one could have anticipated how much they would have fallen off. And to say that they've fallen off when we look at where they are at in the standings, right? Like Liverpool are currently, you have to scroll down, they're currently 7th. They're below United. And we know how terrible Manchester United are. But Manchester United have 26 points. Liverpool have 26 points. Sunderland have 26 points. So if we look at them and this 26 point, they share that with Sunderland, with United, with Crystal Palace, and they're only 2 points less than Chelsea, and Chelsea are 4th. The reason why I have to bring this up, and the reason why I want this conversation, the reason why I want us as City fans let's not be lax. Let's not be lackadaisical with what's happening in Liverpool, as poor as they are. Because these players could be a part of their team next year. Semenyo could be a part of their team in Jan. We have to keep the attention on here because there could be the possibility of them not having Europe. There could be the possibility of them not having Europe. And if they don't have Europe, these players, and more importantly, Olise, which I think is the most threatening one, Olise doesn't go to Liverpool if Liverpool don't have Europe. And when I say Europe, I mean Champions League. Shout out to Vanessa. I see you in the building. Good looking out, girl. I think we need to keep an eye. We can't ignore, and I'm talking to Liverpool fans, know that they prefer to just sneak under the radar. They prefer not to have all the attention. But if they could go this year without getting Europe, that's key. That's important. So this 115, this one question, 15 minutes, I want to say, guys, why City and Arsenal can't ignore Liverpool is because they could potentially get Semenyo in this January window. And they could, if they finish in Europe, that's a problem for us. Let me pull this up. Let me pull this up real quick. Let me see. Go to share screen. And I'm going to do this. All right, let me do this. So you guys should be seeing this right now, right? Are you seeing it? Yeah. So, and how do I make this? Yeah, I don't need myself on the screen. But this is what I want to emphasize here. It's so congested. This UCL qualifying position, top 4, it's so congested right now. And I need this poor form that we've been seeing from Liverpool continue. I need them to sack Arne Slot ASAP. I need that ASAP. I don't like how he's turning things around. We definitely need this done. We need this done. My biggest concern is this is an off period for Liverpool. But you see how they've got, 5 games undefeated. They're turning this questionable form around. They're not going to have the pressures or the concern of having to play Salah because he's leaving for AFCON. We can't ignore Liverpool, and I don't like how they're closely tied and rumored with these particular players. I think it's an issue. Twisted goes, oh, if this is to do with their spending compared to City, that makes sense. I get it. They're a problem, Twisted. And they're media darlings, so they're not going to get hampered and criticized heavily, right? Have you noticed how it's faded? They're not really talking about Verts like that. The fact that he hasn't registered a goal and assist. They're not really talking about Isak like that. It's not being pummeled the way they would do other clubs, the way they have, for example, United fans remember how heavily they were talking about it. This is an issue, and I don't want them just to coast and get into Europe, being able to have this spending power again and get this level of talent. We need them out of Europe. We need Liverpool out of Europe. Let me catch these comments real quick. I got Spartacus in the building. He goes, yeah, I'm really excited to see him in Europe. Oh, wait. Oh, Felipe Luis. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we got some knowledgeable people in the chat. Vanessa goes, hi, bro. Good looking out. I see you. Sam goes, agree, Spartacus. Saw in. Okay. Liverpool team looks dangerous. This is my thing. I don't need them getting better. And I also don't need them getting better without Mo, which I think has been the issue. There's such a tendency when you give a renewed contract, when you have a player that had what an amazing season the season before, the manager trying to find balance, he's got no pressure to play Mo now. And you've seen how things have kind of turned on with him not playing Mo. I don't need them getting better. City versus Madrid is the El Clasico 2.0. Ooh, trust me, Vanessa. Every year, like clockwork. City and Real. I'm just so glad that we tied up that record. I'm glad that it's 5 wins, 5 draws. Same goes for them. 5 wins, 5 draws, 5 losses. Sam, Vader, Slot is turning things around. According to Liverpool fans, it's individual. Oh, according to Liverpool fans, it's individual quality bailing them out. That's copium. That's hatred. They don't like Arnie. They don't like Arnie at all. I say Arnie. Not that I know him personally, but I like to say Arnie. It's funny. They don't like Arnie, so they want him out. So anything that's being positive, anything that's kind of turning things around, anything that's got them in a non-losing way, they're going to credit the players. And this whole narrative about, and again, agenda-wise, we do talk about it on CIA, but this whole thing that he's lost the locker room, his man managed is terrible, the players aren't playing for him. Well, one player that he doesn't play at all, that he probably shows the worst amount of man management, is Chiesa. And Chiesa ran his heart out for his club, for the manager, quote unquote, saved him. Right? This is Chiesa, who would have every reason not to play hard, and he's playing hard. Van Dijk doesn't seem to be a player that's not playing for the manager, and you get these results that's coming around. Sam goes, most people expected Poole to find some wins though. They did, and again, I was one of them. I said this going back to let me pull up their fixtures real quick, and I got this way wrong. I got no shame in saying I got this way wrong. When they had their poor spell, so after losing to City, right, we slapped them 3-0. Ooh, that's 3 slappings, by the way. 3 slappings, 3-0. After them losing to us, right, I was like, oh, they've got a really favorable upcoming fixture list. I was like, okay, Forest were in very poor form. PSV weren't to be the threats that they were. West Ham was West Ham. I was like, oh, they're about to go on a run. I did say Sunderland might be a little bit of issue, but even after Sunderland, I was like, oh, after Sunderland, they're going to go on another run. I was like, Leeds, that should be a win for them. Inter, I wasn't too sure. Brighton at home, I was like, they got Brighton at home. Who do they have after Brighton? And now upcoming, they've got Spurs, they've got Wolves. After Wolves, they've got Leeds now at Anfield. They've got Fulham. Like, they've got a run that we should say Spurs, Wolves, Leeds, Fulham. That's 4. 4 wins after catching a win versus Inter and a win versus Brighton. So 6 wins in a row. You want to look at undefeated, make that 7 undefeated because you add Leeds draw. 8 undefeated if you add the Sunderland draw, right? 9 undefeated if you want to go back and look at the West Ham win. Like, this is a run that they could easily accomplish. This manager's here for a while, but I don't want him here. I don't want, when they were like, Arnie out, get him out. I was like, yeah, get Arnie out. You know how hard it is to get a manager to win you a Prem? And they just wanted him out after 1 year? Yeah, go get an interim. Go get Stevie G. Do whatever you... I don't need them in UCL. I don't need them in the UCL next year. If they're in the UCL next year, they're getting top talent like this. I don't want it. Best Man City YouTuber, not going to lie. Vanessa? Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm trying. It's a lot of it is consistency. A lot of it is timing as well. But I'm trying. Good looking out. Thank you so much. Sam goes, Pool form still going to be patchy in my opinion. I don't know. They're about to go on a run. Sam, I'm telling you right now, they're about to go on a run. And they're about to go on this run going into Jan, which makes it even more promising for a player like Semenya to be like, oh, look at the form that they're in. Maybe I do go there. I don't think he should go there. If there's an agent talking to him, you're going to go there and have to, because again, this is the first year of Salah's renewal. You're going to go there and have to compete with that side because he's better on the right-hand side. You're going to want to go and do that at Liverpool. I don't know. Semenya, don't make the same mistake that Isak and Verts made. Don't go to Liverpool. Sam goes, even the Brighton game. Yep. That's true. Even though they got the win, you could see, and again, every team's going to have opportunities. So we could see that they were going to have some chances. And I don't get mad when teams have that against Liverpool. But Liverpool being able to see out these games, being able to get these results, problematic. And I'm not. Hey, Arsenal fans can dismiss, because Arsenal fans dismissed us. Arsenal fans dismissed Manchester City and being like the title race was only going to be Liverpool and them, right? They're probably not even really being that serious about City. So, everything shuts down. Everything shuts down now. I just saw something in the chat. You know what it is. I just saw it in the chat. So give me a second. Let me get some water here. But let me shout out. My gal is in the building. My gal Rose is in the building. She goes, hey, Vader, I just happened upon your stream. I got no notification. YouTube kind of did me a little dirty, but I also did maybe post. I probably, most likely, I posted the thumbnail a little late, but I'm so appreciative that you were able to come through and see what's going on. Thank you. Everything shut down. Where was I? Because I jumped ahead when I see my gal in the comments. Twisted. For me, Pool have too many egos in the kitchen, too many people wanting to be the main man. So in return, that takes them down routes of trying to look good instead of making best decisions for the team. 100%. And that balance is going to be so difficult to find. And I don't think that the balance was found last season. I think the fact that there were so many perfect storms. Contract renewals are huge, Twisted. You had Van Dijk, Salah playing for contracts, and that's going to keep those guys motivated. Got to get it done, right? And then you had a little bit of the drama, a little bit of the last hurrah, because Trent also was up in the air. So you had a lot of things that were driving towards, let's make this a magical, memorable season. After the fact, it's really difficult to get everybody on the same page. And this is one thing that Klopp got so well. He said, I got the talent in terms of attack, right? Mane, Salah, you guys, madness. They were madness. And then you had Firmino, who's giving you the balance, right? Lack of ego, he's gonna create, he's gonna put in that pressing work, but he's gonna facilitate Salah and Mane. All made sense. And then you obviously had Jordan Henderson that ran like he had 3 sets of lungs out there, right? He did that tireless work that allowed Trent to be Trent, and obviously the defenders doing what they did. Alisson's being amazing. That balance, I think, is so difficult to find right now. I don't think they have the workers in the midfield. Verts isn't, I guess he tracks, but he is not going to be dogged like Henderson, right? And the attack is so one-sided. It's so one-sided because now you don't even have the quality centrally or even on the wing, and Salah's kind of fallen off. I think you're absolutely right. This balance is way off. Vanessa goes, haven't missed one stream of yours because you're under. Thank you. What I'm trying to do, I'm going to take a little intermission. Vanessa, let me break this down real quick, and your Avi is amazing. I'm trying to, at the very least, I want to give you guys a 115. I want to give a Why Always Me. And based off of the interactions I'm seeing, the Why Always Me always hits home. And then y'all are enjoying the CIA, whether you're catching it live or on the replay. So the 3 shows is what I'm able to do within the workday, to be honest with you. I gotta move some things around. I gotta make sure I'm also available for my minions, my little prince and princess. But if I can be here and you're in the chat, I'm always appreciative. And hopefully you enjoy a different twist on how some of the conversations go, because I know some shows get pretty steady where, like the media, it's funny on how things are happening on YouTube, but even like on the media, a lot of the same conversations are happening on channel by channel by channel. I'm gonna be really candid with you, because I was asked in a group chat, like, hey, did you see what happened on Straight Facts, right? Which is on the Football Terrace. And I was like, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really watch that show like that. I can't watch, sometimes I'll put it on, I'll have it on in the background, but I can't watch it like that. What happened? And they're like, well, why don't you watch it like that? I was like, well, usually Straight Facts is Judge Mo, Don Hussam, and Terry. And they all have their want of Arsenal to win the league. Like, all three of them want Arsenal to win the league. And I can't hear that slanted perspective. Like, I'm just like, okay, I'm tuning out. Because all three of them, if you were to ask, what would be your preference? Who do you see winning the league? They all say Arsenal. Okay, that's fine. You can assess whatever. But then who do you want to win the league? They all three want Arsenal to win leagues. And when I hear their commentary, obviously it's a joke. Straight facts is not straight facts. It's more like straight opinions. I just can't. So if I can do my thing and you can tune in and enjoy what's happening over here at Vader Games TV, I'm with it. Hit that like button. Be a part of the mix. I like it so much. Hey, Sam, good looking out. Hello, guys. Blue Heart is in the building. You know what it is. Now, guys, girls, I have to shout out my gal. I have to also shout out the fact that this is also going to serve as a preview. All right. This has to be a Brentford preview as well. I saw Spartacus in the building. I see you, Clutch. I see you in the comments. If you guys wonder why I look over to this side often, is because obviously here's where my camera is. And maybe I should turn the camera here, but here's where my camera is, and I have a screen that has everything up. So, and I was told that this is my better side, so maybe this is better. But everyone in the building, let me see what's happening in the comments. Let me see. Foden season in the building. The Straight Facts with LB is good. LB always represents. LB, I got no problems with it. He's got to fight back against the, against the slanted Arsenal takes. So I got no issues with it. But when it's a combination, Ronnie, I see you as well. When it's a combination of Don Hussam, Judge Mo, and Terry, too many Arsenal fans on that channel is all I'm going to say. Ack in the building. You saved the league by selling Palmer. Thank you. Listen, you're welcome. Chelsea fans, you're welcome for Palmer. You're very welcome for Palmer. Now, I got to talk about the preview. I see new names in the comments. Hopefully, y'all revisit me again. Hopefully, you hit the like button and be a part of future shows. Ronnie in the building goes, I'm getting worried about Nico G. Guy hasn't got a rest, in my opinion. That we'll get into it. We're going to get into it. That is a serious concern, to be honest with you. We don't have a player of that profile. And when we talk about potential, because again, Semenyo is rumored with his chance of going to Liverpool, but then there's strong talks that he might come to City. I think that's a place that we do need to address. But how do we go and get relief for Nico G when we also have Rodri? Do we future-proof in the event that Rodri doesn't come back to Rodri level? I think yes. But maybe I'm outvoted. Trust me, Arsenal aren't winning it. Arsenal, they're favorites to win the league, Vanessa. They are favorites to win the league. We can't ignore that Arsenal are favorites. We're not supposed to be here. We're not supposed to be, when I say here, we're not supposed to be 2 points off Arsenal. We're not supposed to be that close. The fact that we got a big chance at doing something special. But Arsenal are favorites. We'll see we'll do what we can. As a United fan, I want Villa to win. You want Villa to win? That would be wild. If Villa were to win with Unai Emery, the only way I could accept that The only way I could accept that is if he went on a phenomenal run. Like if Unai went on a phenomenal run, discarded all the other trophies, was so just dialed in. But I'd say City would have to finish second. We'd have to finish second if Unai Emery were to win this league. That would be wild. That would be wild. But you're fair not wanting Arsenal. David in the building. Mo as an interfan. Listen, Mo Agenda is going to do Mo Agenda things. Shout out to Mo. Great channel. He's Mo. He's Mo. He's got his favorites. What I do like is, and I wish I saw more of this, and maybe you guys do it, maybe you don't, but I wish y'all reminded him of Inter's losses in his chat. I know he's doing a show based off of the Prem, but he gets to escape when his team's doing poorly, right? And yeah, that's one thing that I would get at him about. Someone call out Mo on his Arsenal agenda. He likes their negative defensive football because he likes Italian football, known for their defensive. That could be it. He does like his Italian football. It's very defensive minded. It's a different pace game. But what I find incredibly funny is you can hear the defense and the propping up of Arsenal. And is it justified? I think not. But let's get into this preview. Hold on. Let me pull up. You guys have been amazing. Let me pull up and see what we're working with here. Manchester. Pull up the match. Click on the bad boy lineup. All right. Okay. So if we're gonna go based off of what's been released, we got Trafford at keeper. I'm telling you, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at Trafford at keeper. Actually, let me move it over to the screen so I can also keep an eye on the comments and stay in the mix. Abdallah, I see you in the building. Good looking out. He goes, "What's up, Vader? We know we have to make reinforcements in the window. I think we do. Nico's been incredible. Like that David's saying, Nico G has to improve his long ball. I think he just. Wait, what? Where's that sound coming from? Where is it? Oh, wow. Hopefully that's not... that was coming from Twitter X. Were y'all hearing that for a while? My bad. But Nico G, I think he does need to improve. Don't get me wrong. But I think that's the least of our concerns. Let's make sure that he is that line of defense. He's reading the game. He's preventing and keeping things clicking between the midfield and the attack, as well as the defense. But I just need him healthy, keep those kilometers down to a minimum as best as we can. We'll see what kind of double pivot we can do to help him out. But we got Trafford at keeper, Rico Lewis most likely at right back, Kosanov right center back, Ake left center back, O'Reilly left back. Okay. We obviously have Ruben Diaz as an option defensively. We got Josko Gavardio as an option defensively, as well as Mateus Nunes. All right, so we've got those three in the event that we do need to make some changes based off of what we see if Brentford are attacking us like that. In the midfield, we got Nico G and Reinders, most likely going to be some type of maybe double pivot, if I'm going to assume this. Or maybe Nico's going to be solely in that back six, and you're going to have Reinders and Shirky in front of him, is my guess. Now, on the wing, do we think, and let me put a star in this comment so I know where I'm at, but let me catch up with the comment. On the wing, do we think we're going to see Savinho on the left and Oscar Bob on the right? or switch that. Oscar Bob on the right and Savinho on the left. I think that's what we're seeing. I think we're going to see Oscar Bob on the right and Savinho on the left. I'd like to see that because I think we can. Savinho's left-footed, Oscar Bob's right-footed. Let's get Oscar Bob on the right-hand side so we can play some of those cutbacks, right? We can either do the crosses or we can just play the cutback pass, right? The cutback top of the 6-yard box around there for Makusa to get on the other end of it, for Shirky to get on the other end of it. Maybe Nico G Reinders around the 18-yard box. We get some of those type of cutback. Maybe. That's what I'm feeling right now. Let's put Savinho on the left, Oscar Bob on the right. Let me catch up with y'all for a little bit. Sam goes, people are already predicting the loss predictions are not. I'm not surprised. Agree. Savinho left wing, Bob right wing. Yeah, right? I think that's what we do. We can now, if they kind of invite us to go along the sides, okay, cool. Let's get that depth. Invite the midfield to catch up with the play. Get Makusa in the middle so he can kind of occupy, get position, and then let's suffocate them. Let's suffocate them if they're gonna allow us to get down the pitch like that. Savinho on the left because we haven't seen Bob on the right since the Newcastle game. Clutch! Since the Newcastle game. KDB! The footwork from Oscar Bob and the finish. I know exactly what you're talking about. My gal goes, Vader. I'm hoping for Rodri return soon. Nico needs the rest. Rose, I don't know when Rodri's back. There is no hint. Rose, my gal, there is no hint from Pep as to when. Soon. All we hear is soon. Soon. Like soon is 2 weeks. Soon as maybe 4 games. Like what's soon? I don't think we see him before New Year's. That hurts. I don't know what Rodri, man. It kind of sucks that Rodri's so private. You see Holland, he's got his YouTube channel. Shout out to Holland and a million subscribers. But if we just knew a little bit more of what Rodri's doing or going through, or can he play? Can he give us 10 minutes, 15 minutes? He played so much in the offseason. I thought he was going to be all right. I wonder what it is. I wonder if it's just like a confidence thing or if it's movement, like aggressive movement, like intense movement, and there's pain afterwards. I wonder. Sam goes, agreeing. Nico G getting used like a bar. So now let me ask you in the chat. Because I know this is different times, right? We got bars of soap. We got the loofahs, right? The lather builders. You got the squeezable soap and stuff like that. How many of y'all are still using bar of soap? Because you have to use a bar of soap until it's, when it just fades, it's like super paper thin and just crumbles. Sorry, I thought I heard something. Like, that's how you're supposed to use it that way. Nico should not be used like a bar of soap. He should not. But we got no other options. Calvin Phillips can't do it. So we got no other options. Damn, Calvin, why can't Calvin be available? What are we thinking Brentford wise as well? Like, they're probably going to be playing a back five. So that's going to be a long day. That we're going to have to deal with. Let me catch up with you guys in the comments. Rodri only might get back early Jan. Yeah, we got to deal with life without Rodri. Our bench. Oh, I forgot to mention the rest of our bench because I talked about the defense. So if we happen to need to chase the game or see out the game because we're in control, we do have really good options on the bench. We've got Erling, the cyborg, on the bench. We got Bernardo Bernardo, get as much rest as you need, as needed, in my opinion. Actually, let me bring this up real quick. Yeah, get as much rest, Bernardo, as you need. No rush from me. No rush from anyone, I think, at Manchester City. Um, because our next game after this, because obviously this is... Oh, why is that on the screen? What? Let me close this. My bad. Vader games. So after the Brentford game, we've got to deal with West Ham. Ooh, that's nice. That is nice. West Ham on Saturday. That's a 10 a.m. game time for me. So what's that? 3 p.m. for y'all in the UK. So we got West Ham after the Brentford game. That I don't. You know what? I don't want to jinx anything. Because West Ham can be tough. But if we can get that win, that'd be nice. Sam goes, LOL. I used soap before, but this analogy is fitting. Right? Exactly. But with regards to Nico, we need him to start games. We need to get that lead, get that control, and then comfortably, because we've learned from the Leeds game, we've learned from the Fulham game. We just see the game out. I'm excited to see how we have. I'm gonna be real. I'm excited to see how how Rico Lewis works out. I want to see Kosanov. I want to see some patience. I want to see some good reading of the ball movement. I don't want all of his passes to be side to side. If he does pass forward, I do want to see well-paced, well-weighted passes. And I want to see how we get our academy striker in the mix. I want to see how he does. I do want to see that. I can't lie. Hope we can handle the physicality and the long balls. This back five is going to be tough. Yeah, long throws, long kicks over the top. It's going to be a day. Daniel, I see you. Good looking out. Blue Brothers, you know what it is. Now, if it happens to be a game where it's not going the way we want it, early goal, maybe a defense mistake, let's not panic. Let's not go to panic settings. Let's not be like, okay, we're out of the League Cup. I think Pep's going to make the subs to go and get the result. I think that's what he's going to do. We have to do that. Vanessa goes, Gahey's such an underrated center. He's underrated where he doesn't get talked about after each game and like promoted that way, but he is rated because so many clubs want him. Chelsea want him, Liverpool want him. I don't know how serious the talks are that we want him, but if it looks like there's not going to be the availability or consistent availability of John Stones and Nathan Ake, kind of makes sense. Exit of one of those two that serve as our English player quota to get Gahey would be smart business. And I thought he played well. Despite the result that we had versus Crystal Palace, I thought he played well. I agree with you, Vanessa. I want to say, if I'm going to predict right now, and please, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit that like button. I'm not even in the studio right now. Do I need to go in the studio? Let me go in the studio. Let me see how if you guys been showing some love like that. Let me click on this YouTube studio, see where the support's at. What y'all been doing? Okay, my internet quality's up there. Y'all have been good. Y'all have been really nice. Yeah, y'all representing. I can't lie. Y'all representing. It's always funny because when I'm in the studio, there's a slight delay, so it kind of throws me off. I see my dude, my guy in the building, the Mancunian way. I think he's on his way to the game, to be honest with you. Evening from a Cole Etihad. See y'all later for Stateside at 11. Trust me, Mancunian way, subscribe. I'm a feature over there at 11 p.m. UK time. That happens to be 6 p.m. my time here in Toronto. Smash the likes, like my man Martin saying. Vanessa goes to say, also, in your opinion, does the Manchester City team need any rebuilding? Vanessa, do we need rebuilding? What? Do we need rebuilding? We need rebuilding. So, no disrespect, but we do need an additional body at right wing. All right. I don't know what Pep's future is or plans are. But between Savinho, between Oscar Bob, I think we need someone out there. So the rumors with regards to Savinho make sense. Whether he's the right player, I don't know. But we need a right wing. I think we need a center mid. I think we need... When I say center mid, I'm not going to be greedy. I'm going to say we need a more 8/6, or should I say 6/8, someone who could really play that defensive role. Because again, we can't lean on Nico G like that, Nico Gonzalez, and I'm kind of like right-sided themed as well. So I said right wing. I think as good as Nunez has been for us, we need a true right back. We need a true right back that can do that. So yeah, our rebuild still requires 3 players. And I mean like 3 impact players, not 3, they're going to get a couple games here and there and they're going to have to hit the ground running next season. I think someone that's going to be like, you got a couple games to kind of see things through, but we know of your quality and you're going to be introduced really early. I think that's what we need. If we're going to be like put in that chokehold or headlock, if we want to put a headlock on that league, I think that's what we got to do. Sam's reminding Martin to say big up. Vanessa goes, today Madrid versus Talavera, Copa del Rey. Ooh, better score 5. Real Madrid are all over the place. If you hear how their fans are talking and that they want the manager that everybody said, this is the future manager, the way they want this manager out, I think that might be the same attitude of Real Madrid. It's got to be 5, or they're having some more serious questions about this manager. Bob might get loaned. Yeah, he might. We need a physical midfielder, but probably won't get him in Jan. I'm not too bad. If you heard on CIA, Conway does not like Semenyo. Conway's like, nah, I don't want him near. I think his pace, I think his physicality. Now, his touch can improve, right? I think his touch can improve. That's not something that without practice can get better. I would like him. I would like defenders to have to worry about physicality and pace on both sides of our pitch. Imagine, and again, this is what I'm going to say, Sam. This is what I'm going to say. Some could argue that argue the flaws that Sterling and Sane had as players, right? But the one thing that KDB stressed is he was able to do his brilliant passes. He was able to do that magic because he had willing runners. He could put it into those channels and know that those players were going to run onto it, or know that the width of the pitch was even wider because defenders had to either stay off of them, which allowed for some of those cut-through passes. I think if we have runners on both sides, so Savino's not a runner, right? Doku can, but he's more a burst. But even this, and we miss this, the running into space, ball over the top, or the cutting passes, I think we could do something special with a player similar to Semenyo, even if it's not Semenyo. Sam, club might go for Semenyo as we don't have a scoring right wing. I'm with you. I'm not mad at that. And it's not mad money. When I say not mad money, it's like 60 mil. 60 mil. 60 mil. It's nothing. It's nothing. Compared to how players have been going, right? Liverpool fans, price tags are high. But this is 6. That's light work. Zane, speaking of Liverpool, the title is correct for the Champions League, but for the league, we are in a top 4. This is what, Zane, but this is it. I don't want you in the top 4 race. I don't want you in the UCL, because if you're in the UCL, that's problems for me. If you're in the UCL, that's problems for me. Oh, did I close this? I must have. If you're in the UCL, that's a problem, because you're going to continue to get good talent, and I don't want that. I don't want that at all. But you're right, and I'm not saying that you guys should be ignored with regards to the title race. I do think that you are going to pick up more wins because the pressure's kind of off. I don't think you're in a title race because of the point gap. But I hate the fact that you're not being spoken about and that you could could get in that UCL spot. And if you're in that UCL spot, you're going back in the market and getting top talent again. Zane, I want you out. I want you out, Zane. I'm not shy about it. I don't want you in the UCL top 4. Flash goes, keep celebrating your lucky win versus Madrid. You still lost to us 3-1 last. But it's the next season. It's the next season. Now we gotta wait. Now, hey, listen, Flash, the record, 5 wins for City, 5 wins for Real Madrid, 5 draws. All right, we're even. Y'all are the big bad Real Madrid. Everybody wants to go to your nice, beautiful Spain weather and beaches. Look how we're able to compete over here in Manchester. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Vanessa goes, Flash, you accept the defeat. This is what we're talking about. Sam. You just chill. You win some, you lose some. No one's over gas in the win that we got against you. But it was nice, especially because it was in your house. Especially. Red Indian in the building. Liverpool will win the Champions League in 2026. Wait, this Champions League? Because it's soon to be 2026. Like this Champions League will be a 2026 Champions League. Liverpool are winning it. Now, if you're saying that, Red, if you're saying that, is it because you continue to employ Arnie? Is Arnie your Champions League winning manager? You got to answer that. Red. Is Arnie your Champions League winning manager? Because if he is, that's a Prem and a Champs. He ain't going no. I just want to hear it. Zane goes, yeah, Vader, you getting 17, 16 PTSD vibes again. Nah, I'm calm. What we were able to do with players is great. I think we're refreshing things. Let me take a sip of water so I can calm things down. But I think we're doing all right. I am cognizant all the time. I'm not going to keep you because we're going to have to go into this. I got to watch this league game. League Cup. Red goes, yeah, brother. So, okay, Red says you're winning the Champions League this year. But you got to answer, Red. You got to answer this question. And I'm assuming that's your profile pic. You got to answer this question. Is Arnie winning you the Champions League? Is he winning you this Champions League? I need to see your answer to this. Right? Yo, Red's been in the gym because that chest is crazy. Anyways, we see next time. We will. Yeah, Man City versus Liverpool, next round, Champions League. Let's have it. In the next round? I'm not mad at that. It won't happen because I don't think we can face each other until the next round. I don't think the round after this group stage we can face each other. I think we can face each other after. I think that's how it works. Sam goes, you want to be in a KO with us? I don't think Zane does. I think Zane's just talking crazy. But listen, I'm not seeing Red. I didn't want to shut down the show before getting your answer. Is it a yes or no? Yes, Arnie is the manager that's winning the Champions League, or no? And you don't have to name me who the manager is. I just want to understand, is this being done because of your confidence with the players that you currently have, right? Mo Salah coming back from AFCON. He's going to be all amped up. Normally, after winter break, after AFCON, Salah kind of does taper off. I'm curious, who is winning you this Champions League? Where's this energy coming from? Where is it? Maybe Slot will stay in, but the players will deliver. Maybe like Chelsea won it. Okay, all right. So it's not so much a confidence in the manager, but you think the players will deliver. Okay. All right. I'm not mad. I hope to catch you on the very next show. This happens to be 115, one question, 50 minutes. I obviously talked for more than 15 minutes, but I had to do this. We ain't letting Liverpool just walk comfortably, stroll through this league, no pressure, no expectations. I'm gonna remind them of the 450 that was spent, and they're only going to get the UCL, but I don't want them to get the UCL, and this is why we need to continue to put this pressure on. And how are these other clubs going to allow this poor form Liverpool to get past them? I'm looking at Aston Villa, Chelsea, Crystal Palace. Do I look at Crystal Palace like that? Aston Villa, Chelsea, 100%. Y'all can't let Liverpool get past you guys. Crystal Palace, I kind of get it. United, I definitely get it. But you can't let Liverpool get into that top four. Chelsea, Aston Villa, you must. You must. Chelsea, Aston Villa, you must keep Liverpool. You must keep Liverpool out of the UCL. I'm telling Zayn, I'm sorry. Sorry. Zayn, Red Indian, I'm sorry. I can't have you guys in the UCL. I can't have it. Zayn goes, I think he has to win the Champions League. Otherwise, it's a failure season, and he should be set. Yeah, Arnie's got no future at Liverpool unless he delivers a major. And he's not delivering a Prem. That means a Champions League. If he doesn't do it, I think he's out the door. I'm actually happy for it. I'm glad you guys wouldn't have a manager that's won you a Prem sticking around. They think they got Zidane, Bale, and Ronaldo. Now, hey, I don't know who the players that are going to turn this around for them, but that's a conversation we'll have with Red and Zayn on future shows. Trust me on this one. Red goes, if we don't win it, and if City crumble, people already talking about Arsenal. Stop it. Arsenal quad. Are you mad? Did I say that right? Are you mad? Nah, that can't be right. Wait, hold on. I was told to check my WhatsApp. Hold on. Damn. I don't do this show with my phone on. Oh, what the heck? 1 second. What am I missing here? Oh, this is beautiful. We've got from the location, and I don't have WhatsApp on my computer, so I can't play it. But Mancunian Way goes, check your WhatsApp if you can. Now I just checked it. All right, I'm gonna play it. Let me see if you guys can hear it. Oh, that's amazing. Mancunian Way on location right now. He's going to have a lot more videos to share. So definitely subscribe to the channel, The Mancunian Way. You'll find it on Twitter, on Twitter as well as on YouTube, but subscribe to the channel. Sam goes, yeah, Arsenal quad talk was since October. Nah, I'm not entertaining this quad talk. That's silly. Yeah, listen, there's no quad. We're all gonna be interrupting that. I'm not even really concerned about that. Martin, amazing, good looking out. Now I know you guys need to go. The game's about to start, right? So I'm gonna say this. Thank you for tuning in to Vader Games TV. Subscribe if you happen to be new. Like if you enjoyed what I have to say. Be a part of future shows by being in the comments. I'm gonna do another live match reaction post game. So come back here. We'll chop it up. We'll talk it over. And I hope you enjoyed this episode, the newest 115, one question, 15 minutes. Why Manchester City and Arsenal can't ignore Liverpool. More importantly, with regards to the UCL, the title race, not so much, but the UCL is important. Thank you each and every one of you for being in the mix. Red, good looking out. Much appreciated. Zayn, I see you. Sam, Vanessa, my gal Rose in the building. Who did I miss? Clutch. Blue Heart was in the building. Daniel, my blue brother, you know what it is. I'm gonna catch y'all. New Abdallah was in the building as well. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next show. Let's go. We got it. Let's go. Let me shut this down proper with a similar intro that I had for the similar outro that I had for the intro.